What's up, guys and gals? This here is kind of part 5. I believe it's part 5. I have to check my videos and make sure, but I believe this is part 5 of the fiberglass door panels. And basically, all I'm really going to do is kind of basically explain to you what I have done so far and what I am doing, and I'll show you how I'm finishing this up. Basically, this is the portion where I've got it sanded down with the 80 grit. I've just finally sanded it down just a few minutes ago. I went ahead and I used some lacquer thinner and a rag, and I wiped it down real clean. I made sure that all the little divots and whatever, the little spots, were cleaned out so that it'll feel much better in there with the glazing putty. I'm just going to go over it with a little bit of glazing putty just in the spots that have little places, and I'll show you a close-up of the little places, you know, in this video, you know, and whenever I get started on it, I'll just go ahead and show you what I'm doing. And I'll probably be, you know, maybe just basically be talking during the whole thing so that there's not a bunch of dead space where you're just watching somebody doing something, which is like a lot of my videos. I try to fill in the dead space, and I try to give you good pointers and tips along the way. So, you know, and this is my first door panel, and so far I think it looks pretty darn good. It does have a few spots. Obviously, body filler, no matter what kind it is or how expensive it is, there's usually like little places that show up, and I'll show you those in a minute. If you can see this little spot right here, this is what I'm talking about. These are like little chips and stuff that happen from the body filler, or just places that they just happen. So anyways, camera's kind of freaking out on me. But anyways, as you can see, all I'm gonna really be doing is just basically filling in little spots like that, you know, and wiping it down really well with the lacquer thinner is actually a good thing, because it actually helps it stick a lot better. And of course, I got little places like this one here that I'm gonna be going over too with the glazing putty. There's kind of little spots here and there that need to be gone over, but basically this thing is pretty much finished. I'm gonna have to go around the edge on some of the spots. There's some spots that really need to be gone over with a little bit of fiberglass resin, but it's not a big deal. But this, I want this to turn out very nice and very clean, so I'm putting forth a little bit of extra effort into this, so that people can actually see that, you know, I do know what I'm doing, and I'm not just some hack that is learning how to do something for the first time. So there's going to be a lot more to do, and after I get it glazed over and it dries, it'll probably take a couple of days to dry really well because it is so cold. But that's not a big deal. After that, it'll be hand sanding. I'll probably go ahead and brush around these edges with the, excuse me. I'll probably go ahead and go around these edges with the fiberglass resin here in a couple of days, just to kind of get those kind of taken care of. And once those get dry, I'll probably just go ahead and sand it with hand. I'll just hand sand it instead of using the random orbital, because it's a little too vicious for them edges and corners anyways. So you know, I'll have a little more control over what I'm doing. So anyways, I'm just going to kind of go over this real quick and just show you kind of what I'm doing here. First of all, you don't need much. These aren't very big spots. You just kind of fill in the little holes. That's pretty much all this is for. And yes, I'm moving the table. Just get a little bit on the corner of your spreader. fill in the holes best you can. The main idea is to get the bigger holes, because for the most part I will be using filler primer, so I'll have the filler primer. Anything that this stuff doesn't get, I'll get it with the filler primer. So as you can see, pretty much that's all you really got to do. You just go around to all the little spots. There's like this other part here, you're going to need a little bit more, not a whole lot more, but just a little bit more. And you kind of go over this and you sort of just go over that as much as you can. And then I got other little bitty spots that need to be taken care of. Just a few tips on this. It really does matter how thick you make it, because this stuff will crack really easily. So basically all you're really wanting to do is you're only wanting to actually get the little pinholes and stuff filled in. So you're not really trying to make a big fat coat of it. So you don't want this stuff too thick. I did go over it with the Bondo, the body filler, as much as I possibly could, and I was just sort of spinning my wheels with it. So it was time for this stuff anyways, because there's only so much you can really do with the body filler anyhow, and then you have to use this stuff, or you have to use filler primer. And like I said, because of the fact that it is kind of cold right now, it'll probably take a day or two to actually set up really well so it can be sanded. You don't want to use anything more than probably 320. You can use 220, but you got to be real gentle with it in order to use 220. So I would say use 320, and once you get it to where it's knocked down some, then I would say you could use 420 once it's knocked down a little bit. This stuff is like purely for finishing. This is like purely smoothing, getting the big chunks out of it, as it were, and then you use the filler primer, which I'll be getting some of that pretty soon, and I'll be doing that for you. Have a little video on that too, to kind of show you. The filler primer will actually, like I say, need to be to maybe 3 layers. And like I say, I want to go ahead and show you guys like all the steps to this particular process. Yeah, I thought it was worse than what it was. Like I say, the next stage of this will be hand sanding. So you'll have that to look forward to. And actually, being as this panel has no cloth on it, no vinyl, it's all plastic, I can probably wet sand this and it would be just fine. But I don't know if I'm going to go that far or not. Because yeah, you can wet sand fiberglass and stuff. In the next couple days I'll have another video for you guys. I'm gonna cover every single step that I can of this, so you guys can see what's going on and really get a good idea of what you're supposed to be doing. You could actually coat this whole thing with this stuff if you wanted to, and then sand it down all nice and neat and all that. You know, it'd all be up to you what you want to do, but like I say, I'm doing show quality. Well, this will end up being show quality, so I may go the extra steps and do some stuff that I normally wouldn't. I hope you guys are getting something good out of all of this. I hope the videos I put up are helping, you know. I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to get every spot that I've found, plus some, actually, probably. And like I say, in the next couple of days I'll have another video on for this, and it'll be, I'll finish sanding this down with the hand sanding, and I hope you guys will stay with me through this whole project and all of the S10 project, you know, because there's still plenty more to show, and there's still plenty of more how-tos to come with that thing, because there's still other stuff that needs done, not just body work. You know, I'm going to have to do some work on the engine bay too. I'm going to have to do some work on the engine. I probably have to change the clutch pretty soon too. But anyways, you know, if you guys want to watch this build take shape, you know, go ahead, subscribe, you know, get your notifications and stuff. You know, anyways, for this particular episode, this is done. I'm just going to let it set, let it get cured up a couple days. I'm going to sand it down, and I'm going to shoot it with some high build primer, or actually filler primer, and then it'll get more sanding after that, of course. But anyways, like I say, I'm going to try to make it show quality as I can. Like I say, having a YouTube channel has really kind of inspired me to be more of what I used to be, you know, do more of what I used to do when it comes to working on cars, not just trying to slap a clothespin and a band-aid on something and hoping the vehicle gets down the road. You know, I used to do all this stuff years ago, and anyways, that's this video. That's done. I'm done talking. I'm just blabbing on and on about crap you probably don't even care about, because you probably clicked on the video because you wanted to see the fiberglassing and body filler and the stuff for the door panels. So anyways, feel free to subscribe and have a spectacular day or night, whichever one it is for you.